Welcome back to Se'ila Philosophy. We will be covering experiential existence in 3 parts. Today, Episode 7, Part 1, we will cover Section 1, Experiential Existence, and Section 2, Sensory Existence. In Episode 7, Part 2, we will cover Section 3, Thought Existence. In Episode 7, Part 3, we will cover Section 4, Reactive Existence, and Section 5, Our Historical Experiential Existence with Physical Existence Ignored. Let's get started. Section 1, Experiential Existence. Paragraph 1. When we remove all of physical existence during the action of human mental activity, this leaves us experiential existence. All our thoughts, feelings, and perceptions rely on our physical world and our physical brain. If we seize existence over a moment in time and remove all physical material, we leave ourselves with the output of experience and results that come from the action of the physical material. This action of the physical creates an existence we call experiential existence. This existence is a separate but dependent existence on our physical existence. Paragraph 2. Our experiential existence is relational to physical existence. We have a relationship between our experiential existence and our physical mental structure. This relationship resides in the physical action when our minds function. This aspect results in our awareness and our consciousness. We have an additional relationship we grossly ignore. We have a relationship between what our sensory inputs acquire from our physical world to create our experience of our physical world. Our relationship with the external world and to its actual internal manipulations to our brain arrives as a singular action to each sense, but our minds access it by deconstructive action into sliver ideas that we then pull back together to match the best we can to the original inputted reality. Reality is a singular experience and a singular sliver idea. Our ideas and memories are reconstructed sliver ideas bundled and invoked in parallel to attempt to match the original incoming source. Paragraph 3. For our experiential existence to come into existence, an order of the physical material must come together to form a mental structure. In living beings, we refer this mental structure as the brain. Each living being has its own nature to construction and capacity of this brain. Since we are examining human ideas, we are examining the construction and capacity of the human brain. Our experiential existence that we outline here is to human experiential existence. How we match or do not match with other species is a valid area of study. However, it is not the scope of this examination. Paragraph 4. For experiential existence to come into existence, our brain must be in the action of operating. When we have physical action and physical movement in our brain, we have experiential existence result into existence. Without action, it ceases. Our experiential existence is a separate existence to our physical existence that is dependent on the existence of the physical material in a specific form. In the specific form termed human, we engage in its natural actions. Paragraph 5. In addition to the development and creation of our experiential existence, we develop a continued interaction with physical existence with our sensory inputs. By the structure of the human mental creation, we have between our brain and our physical world an interaction that contributes to our experiential existence. Our interactions with our physical world result in separate types of experiential existences. The subtypes of experiential existence are sensory, reactive, and thought existence. In addition, experiential existence has 2 characteristics to its condition. one being awareness and one being consciousness. Section 2. Sensory Existence. Paragraph 6. Sensory existence is our player and the original input of information between our mental existence and physical existence. Our eyes, ears, taste, feel, and smell provides a physical interaction between our human brain and physical existence. The interaction we have between physical existence and our brain creates our sensory experience. For example, our vision derives from the physical wavelengths of light that strikes our receptors to form physical reactions into our brain. The action of this physical existence creates our player to our physical world. If we have interrupted or physically damaged any sensory input, then our subtype of experiential existence ceases to exist. Paragraph 7. Sensory existence is our intermediary between physical existence and our thought and reactive existences. Our sensory existence plays its responses to the interactions between our physical world and our human brain. During the evolution of physical material into human brains, we had the creation of sensory existence that fed thought and reactive existences. How our thought and reactive existences bring in this information and uses it is determined by the existing physical construction of our mind and our life experiences. Over time, as experience and occurrence of mental animation builds, we have potential interception of incoming sensory existence in how we could perceive it. We can see in diagram 2 our sensory interplay between physical existence, thought existence, and reactive existence. Paragraph 8. Philosophers quickly amputate our connection to physical existence that arrives through our sensory existence. Our sensory existence provides inputs from our physical existence. Nevertheless, we immediately drop this relationship and animate human mental existence solely as if our experiential existence exists only. This non-relational thought system centers only within itself. Jean-Paul Sartre is an example of this, as he wrote centered on consciousness. In his model, he wrote about the idea of absence. Bibliography 4, page 8, quote, "The object does not refer to being as to a signification. It would be impossible, for example, to define being as a presence, since absence too discloses being, since not to be there means still to be." End of quote. What Sartre did was to confuse the external source of sensory existence with our internal thought existence. Since he measured his idea against the human mind, he dropped the relational aspects of physical existence. His, quote, object was something external, be it an orange or, to use one of his references, nausea. Our experience of this allowed the creation of memory, and the idea of it now resides in thought existence. Our acquired ideas have many sliver ideas to make the master idea. The absent idea in thought existence is the absence of most sliver ideas, leaving the most basic form or structure. Therefore, we have a three-stage process to create an absence idea. First, there is the original perception. Then there is the idea of it created in thought existence. Finally, then there is the removal of all sliver ideas down to its form and structure, leaving its impression. A metaphor could be that an absent idea is a footprint in the sand of our mind. In the end, his absence idea as having been is so because of our original source in physical existence. Therefore, his absent idea is not actually an absent idea. Paragraph 9. Sartre ignored the original interactions between physical existence and thought existence, and animated solely relational to thought existence. In fact, all ideas have absent ideas by their mere interaction with us. In the sliver idea form, All ideas have an original perceived idea somewhere in physical existence. We have our presence of object in physical existence that interacts with our sensory existence, and by its physical actions moves into thought existence. The idea of absence and it having been involves only thought existence. His idea had no relational aspects to physical existence. If we do not consider the sliver idea of reality, the absent idea is strictly a manufactured idea that only exists in the human mind. If we relate the absence idea to physical existence, the object from the original sensory interface may or may not exist in the original percept form. If the object no longer exists, the absence idea does not apply because we know the material of physical existence changes. Under this, we begin to see the silliness of Sartre and his ignoring physical existence. Sartre is only one of many philosophers and rational thinkers that amputate physical existence and the reality connection we need to maintain alignment to truth. This ends Episode 7, Part 1. In Episode 7, Part 2, we will cover Section 3, Thought Existence. Thank you for watching Sir Ela Philosophy. If you have subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please do. And remember to lovingly hit that like.